Simrays, BRae here with another speed build on my channel. I just wanted to say welcome back, guys. I really hope that you enjoy this build. So this build actually is a tiny house build, and it's what Sonny and Maci lived in before season started. So when they first got married and they became pregnant with Aspen, this is where they lived, and Maci was slowly working on her gardening skill. They lived here I built this right after the patch update that gave us the new gardening overhaul. So this is the tiny house that they lived in, and I am absolutely obsessed with tiny builds. I still find speed build voiceover super awkward, so I do apologize. I don't know if I'm going to voice over the whole build or not, and it also has been about three-ish months since I built this house, so it might be a little awkward for me. But anyway, here we are. We're just setting up the layout, the exterior. I have been trying to switch the way that I start my builds out, and I'm trying to do more of the exterior first to make sure that I like the way that it looks and then start doing the layout. But I still struggle with this. I am a really awkward builder, and I get fatigued very quickly, which is why I prefer to do smaller builds, because big builds, like, I just get really frustrated and kind of bored pretty quickly. So I try to do smaller builds. Alright, so obviously we're just placing down some windows, and I really like symmetrical placement of windows, and I think I talked about this in my last video where it was like, it's not really realistic for all your windows to be symmetrical, but it bothers me when I'm building in The Sims and they're not. So we're just picking a door, and I kind of wanted to stick to like earthy tones like brown and green, because I wanted this to be like a gardener's oasis. So I do believe we end up using this. Yeah, we use a green color, and for whatever reason this made the build say that it was modded. So I think I do need to go in and resave it, like turn off my mods and resave this build, so that way it won't be hidden under the mod custom content like enablement menu in the gallery. So we're just setting up a little outdoor like sitting area, and I wanted to play with an idea of using a platform and putting a pool down. So I do have to tweak with this quite a bit. So here I'm just playing with the size of the platform and the placement of my little plank walkway. Again, I just really wanted to stick with earthy tones, and I do really love this floor. I feel like it's from the Jungle Adventure Pack. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm absolutely obsessed with that floor. So again, just trying to figure out exactly how this pool is going to fit into my vision for this backyard or side yard. I guess technically that's not the back of the house, it's the side. So I end up putting in this cute little seating area that Maci and Aspen do use quite frequently in my pre-seasons gameplay. And here's my little garden that I'm putting in for Maci so she can start working on her gardening skill, because she had a little bit of experience before the LP started, because I didn't want to have to like struggle with that. And I wanted to use the more rustic or like eco-friendly, I guess, version of the laundry stay stuff. I thought that would go really nice with this tiny build. Like, I was just envisioning people who were like super eco-friendly. And I really just wanted to get to know Maci and Sonny and Aspen before the LP started, so that way, you know, I was more comfortable talking about them and like starting a story with you guys. So we end up using the shrubbery to create a fence, and I like the way that this worked out, and I also like the way that you can like layer them on top of each other when you use the like move objects cheat. They actually like lay on top of each other really well, and they don't have that like awkward tearing. So I do think the outside, like, I'm actually pretty proud of myself for being able to put this together, because landscaping's not my forte. Building, I'm like okay at, but not fantastic at it. And I didn't have a floor plan. Like a lot of times I'll build and I'll pull a floor plan from the internet and kind of try to recreate it as best I can. That's what I did with the Seasons house. So I'm not that great at of building on my own, like from my own imagination. I just struggle with floor plans a lot. But I think we're coming to the end of doing the landscaping portion pretty soon. And we're gonna go ahead and start doing the interior. And I really wanted to have a type of balcony. And the way I end up doing this is actually kind of interesting, and I like it a lot. So it's like there's a little walkway into the loft space. So you have like a work area, and then you have like the bedroom area. And this is where you guys are gonna get to see how awkward I am with placing like doing like floor plans and stuff. I jump from room to room. I never like finish a whole room and then move to the next one. I'm always like hopping all over the place, which is another reason why I don't really do that many speed builds, because I just feel like it's kind of jarring to watch, because you're going from one room to the other, and then I'll see something and I'll be like, oh, I should put that in the other room. And then I'll see another thing and I'm like, no, I need to put that in this room. So it's just kind of like all over the place when I do my speed builds. See, like I liked that partition, and then I was like, oh, let's put these posts in. And then I was like, oh, well, upstairs that needs it to be able to hold up the walkway and everything. So yeah, I tend to be a little all over the place when I'm designing, and I get really indecisive. I'm working on it, but I'm definitely nowhere near as good as some of the super great simmers out there. I'm just not that great at building. All right, so again, going for more of like earthy wood tones, and I was just trying to play with some color ideas, but again, I go right back to that, floor from the Jungle Adventure pack, because I am obsessed with it, and that's probably the closest to the floor that I have in my own house, except we have like, it's not laminate, but it's like a plastic, but it's not laminate. It's something different, but it looks a lot like that floor. So I think that's part of the reason why I gravitate towards it. And that's in my whole house, like every room aside from the bathrooms. Bathrooms are tiled. So I kind of wanted to create essentially like a 2-bedroom space, but none of the bedrooms are actually closed off. So I knew that I wanted to have a child quickly with Maci and Sonny, so I ended up creating essentially a nursery downstairs, like a little nursery nook, and then upstairs is their loft bedroom. And then we have like a tiny kitchen, and I was playing with like different design ideas for this kitchen. Like I think I probably did this build like 4 times before I like picked this final version. Like I created 4 different versions of this tiny house, and they were all like slightly different, and it was mainly the kitchen that was like the thing that was the most different in each one. And I forgot that I ended up using this yellow color scheme throughout, because of Sonny's name. I wanted to do a yellow color scheme. All right, so now we're gonna use the Jungle Adventure countertops. I really do like those counters. I use them like a lot. I've been trying to work on doing builds with like only using like 2, maybe 4 packs at the most, because I know a lot of people don't have all the packs, and so it's kind of hard to download houses and then you like lose half the stuff. But I always want to use like these cabinets. Like there's certain things from like each pack that is like I always use it, and I don't even like think about where it's coming from. I just always use it. And these cabinets are definitely one of them. And then we have our little trash can that did travel with Sonny and Maci to the big house in Seasons, because it's a great way to make some money, and that trash can has more than paid for itself at this point. So I was just trying to figure out how I was going to do a little seating area so that way they could have like meals together, because their living room is really not that big. I feel like we might end up moving over that partition one, but I could be, no, never mind. I used the small love seat from the laundry day pack that ended up being able to fit in the living room, because it is a tiny build. They don't need humongous furniture. And I really do like this house. Like I think I played with these guys for like probably 2 or 3 weeks before I started filming my season's LP. And I was actually really sad to leave this house. I really liked it. I'm gonna have to like create another family and play with them in this house. Like I feel like it's perfect for a single sim or like an eco-conscious family where it's like maybe 2 parents and then a child. Yeah, I think I like it a lot, obviously. So we're just doing the tiny bathroom, which fits in everything that you need. I think when I was playing, you were able to put the little toddler potty in between the toilet and the sink. You just might have to like move it slightly into the wall a little bit. But I think you're actually able to have all the things that you would need for like a toddler in this bathroom. Aside from a bathtub, you don't have a bathtub to give them baths, so that might be a problem, or you might just have to tweak it and make it a 2x3 bathroom with the door in the middle on the second tile. I don't know, I'll have to play with that idea. But again, like I said, I hop all over the place, so now we're back in the kitchen. Because I don't have a sink, didn't have cabinets up top, and now we're hopping over to the dining room. Like I told you, I'm all over the place with builds. This is why I really don't do speed builds often. Like I'm kind of playing with the idea of maybe instead of doing speed builds, like doing house tours after I build something. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like, does it bother you that this skips all over the place? Or do you think I'm maybe just being a little too self-conscious about it? So here we are doing the toddler bedroom because like I said, I knew I wanted to have a toddler right away. So I put in a nursery before they were even pregnant, but they were married at this point. I think I made them a married couple. I don't even think we had like a wedding ceremony or anything. But like I said, I started their gameplay earlier before the LP because I wanted to get to know Sonny and Maci, but I also wanted to get to know their parents and get to know Julia a little bit too. So I played with Connor and Terrence, and then I also played with Kathleen and Nigel. And let me just say, Kathleen and Nigel, apparently they cheat on each other all the time, and they're both okay with it, and they're not jealous. I feel like they're strictly together for like financial reasons and not for anything romantic at all. Like I don't even think their relationship has ever been like romantic. But here we are putting in a little study area, and I use some fitness day stuff, which I really like a lot, and I thought that looked really nice with everything. And now we're gonna go ahead and go into the bedroom, and this is just me like looking around the whole room trying to figure out like exactly how and what I wanted to do with it, because like there's windows on every wall, and I don't like to have a bed in front of like the headboard in front of windows because I feel like that's a waste of windows. However, is really not an option in this in this build. So we do end up putting the bed in front of a window, which I feel like you probably wouldn't do in real life because you wouldn't want to waste that view. But I figured it was better to put it on the back window so that way you could at least look on the windows on each side, and then it would be like each person in the couple would have like equal like window space or visual, I don't know. So we're just adding in some decor items, keeping it very rustic, like earthy, as I previously said. And then I'm just putting in the lot traits. So it is child friendly or toddler friendly, great soil, and then I was trying to pick something for Sonny, and I ended up picking like Sonny aspect. So now we're going into the screenshots, and I hope you guys like it. If you do, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!